This is the Hermès Birkin. $20,000 bag you are not allowed to buy. You can't add it to your cart. You can't just walk into the store and grab one. Hermès decides if you even get the chance. And those rules make zero sense until you see the money behind them. Now, if you haven't heard, Hermès is a French luxury brand. But the Birkin bag isn't just a handbag, it's a system. There's no ads, there's no store shelves, no buy now button. Instead, they control who gets one. And that control isn't about stock levels, it's about controlling desire and exclusivity. In most businesses, you want to make buying as easy as possible. But Hermès does the complete opposite. They gatekeep. They slow everything down. They make you prove yourself as a customer before they invite you to spend $20,000 or more on a handbag. And here's why you should care. When you make something hard to get, you make it more valuable. Not just on the retail, but also on the resale market as well, where some of these bags can go for double, even triple what they cost new. Oh, and here's the kicker. It's not even a fixed 20 grand. Depending on the size, the color, the leather, the number can shoot way higher. And the Birkin isn't even the only one with this problem. Hermès has another bag called the Kelly that plays by the same rules apparently. And here's an even bigger jaw-dropper. The original Birkin, the one designed for the actress Jane Birkin herself back in the 1980s, just sold at Sotheby's Paris for over $10 million. Hermès didn't see a dime of that auction, but sales like that fuel the mythology and keep their exclusivity system running at full speed. So why the hell does Hermès make it so hard to buy a damn bag? And how does that strategy turn handbags into investments? Well, I'm gonna tell you in the next 4 parts. First problem. How the f do you even get one? Now, if you walk into a store, they're not lined up on a shelf ready for you to pick one. You might see one on display, or it might be a prop or a basic model, but normally there's nothing. And if you look online, all you're gonna see is like glossy marketing photos. There's no prices, no add to cart button, nothing like that. So you have to physically go to the store, and that's when the dance begins. And your dance partner? A sales associate. And here's the catch. That sales associate isn't there to take your order. Oh, no. They're there to decide if you are the right kind of customer by buying other expensive shit. Would you like a $295 frisbee, a $2,000 dog bowl, or maybe a $3,000 scarf? You know, stupid rich people shit. And sure, Hermès insists that this isn't an official rule, but oh, fun fact, Hermès is actually facing a class action lawsuit in the US right now. Customers allege they were pressured to buying more items before they could qualify for a Birkin. Now, if you think that sounds like gatekeeping, I'll tell you what it really is. It's what's called relationship selling. They don't want to sell you one bag. They want to sell you into the Hermès lifestyle over and over again. What Hermès is doing here is turning friction into value. And by doing that, they actually flip the psychology. Instead of customers resisting high prices, they chase them. Hermès could make more Birkins or Kellys, but they don't. And the reason is money. Scarcity gives them pricing power. By keeping supply low, they can raise prices without losing demand. The fewer bags they are, the more desperate people get, so they'll pay whatever it takes to get one. So what's the financial lesson here? Well, in business, it's not always about making more and selling more. Sometimes the smartest move is to make less and charge more. That scarcity will turn perception into profit. So let's say you finally get the call and you buy your Birkin for 20 grand, let's say. That's already insane, but here's where it gets really strange. Because the second you walk out of that boutique, that bag is worth more than what you just paid for it. On the resale market, depending on the size, the color, the material, or even the hardware finish, that 20 grand bag can now sell for 40, 60, or even higher. The demand is so crazy that even used, slightly worn bags can hold or grow in value. And this is where Hermès pulled off something almost no other company can. They've turned their consumer good into an asset class. From a business point of view, if you can make a product hold or grow in value after the first sale, you're no longer just selling a product, you're selling an asset. We've talked about money and the business side of it, but now let's get to the human part. When you tell someone they can't have something, the brain wants it more. We all do this. You've done it. I've done it. And when you add social status to the mix, knowing that having it signals wealth, exclusivity, and being in the club, that desire will go into overdrive. Hermès has mastered this. They don't just sell a bag, they sell entry into a world where you're the chosen one. Scarcity doesn't just boost prices, it weaponizes psychology. If you can engineer a system where people with huge amounts of money that don't look at price tags get denied for something, you don't have to advertise. Customers will chase you to try and prove themselves by spending more money just to gain the privilege of access. That's how Hermès turned desire into a business model. So let me break this down for you as simple as possible one more time, just so you see both the genius of Hermès and the stupidity of some people that have too much money. Roll the clip. So you walk into Hermès and ask for a Birkin. The sales associate smiles, thinks jackpot, and hits you with the line, "Sorry, none in stock, but hey, here's a $2,000 dog bowl. Come back next week and maybe I can help you then." Eventually, after you've bought enough overpriced crap you will hardly ever use, someone making under 60K a year finally gives you the nod. You can put in a wish list. Not an order, a wish list. Weeks or months later, you get the call. You're invited to a little private room and they put in front of you 2 orange boxes. Inside, 2 Birkins. Neither the size you wanted, nor the color you asked for. Definitely not the finish you dreamed of. You gasp, you look at them both, you don't say anything because you really don't like any of them, but you smile and you buy one anyway, because who knows whenever you get another chance. The sales associate says congratulations, and then you realize in the back of your head that you just spent $20,000 on a purple and gold bag you didn't even want. And before you leave, they remind you that's enough Birkins for you, come back next year. Oh, and don't forget to buy a few more dog bowls on your way out. Now, is it like this for every customer? I don't f***ing know, I'm poor. I'd probably get kicked out before I even walk through the door. But here's what I do know. Hermès has built a system where people literally beg them for a bag, overpay for the bag they don't even like, and then get told they can't have another one. Now here's where I have to warn you. Scarcity isn't just a Hermès trick. It shows up everywhere. You might laugh at people spending 20K on a bag, but the truth is you sometimes play this game as well. Every time you chase the newest iPhone or get that stock because everyone else is getting in it, you don't want to miss out. That is engineered scarcity. It's not just consumer goods. I mean, look at Bitcoin blasting past 100K or people falling for meme coin scams. It's the same psychology. It's hype, limited supply, and the fear of missing out. A real lesson? When you're the customer, know when scarcity is being engineered to make you spend more than you plan. But if you're building a business or a side hustle or just your personal brand, scarcity can be a tool. Control access, make what you do feel rare and special, and people will line up to give you their money. Hermès just happens to do it with leather, a ribbon, and an orange box. And whether you see that as genius or ridiculous, one thing is sure, they've built a system where people beg to give them money. That's all I gotta say about that. I'll see you in the next one.